Hello, my chicklets. Thank you for stopping by. Today we will be reading day 28 in our Soulmate September series. In this universe, you wake up each morning with a new sentence on your arm from something that your soulmate said the previous day. There's a little bit of warning that some of Remus's questions are a little graphic, but I don't think they're too bad, so proceed with caution. This story is called The Scribe. I wonder if you would die quicker being ejected out of a submarine or a spaceship. Every day Logan would have a weird question like this one written on his arm. It had been happening ever since Logan could remember. His parents had explained that the universe allowed you to get a glimpse of who your soulmate was by seeing one sentence they had the previous day. Logan's soulmate was curious and scattered, but Logan loved all of the questions they had. Around 4th grade, Logan started taking notes. The questions were strange, weird, and sometimes awful, but Logan couldn't help but be fascinated. Each question brought up a new field of study, and by the time Logan was in high school, he had an entire shelf full of notebooks dedicated to the questions his soulmate had asked. His parents had tried to get him to throw the notebooks away when they moved, but he refused. He had been adamant that each notebook was an important piece of his history with his soulmate, and he refused to let that go. They had relented, and once they had settled into their new house, Logan took to displaying the notebooks. He was proud of all of the research he had done. "My little Barry, are you ready for school?" "Yes, Mom." He knew no matter what he did, she wasn't going to give up on that nickname. He had tried before, but he had finally relented. She liked to remind him that he was her little boy, and he didn't mind too much. He looked over at his selection of research notebooks and grabbed the most recent one before looking down at his arm. How long would someone's hair have to be for you to strangle them with it? Well, that was a rather tame question, and one that he figured he would be able to answer fairly easily. Logan wrote down the question in his notebook before making his way downstairs, receiving a kiss from his mom before she drove him to school. He had to receive his schedule, and his mom had to speak to the principal. It was an easy enough task, and he was on his way to class before second period. Logan made his way through the hallway, reading his research journal. He liked to look back at some of the questions and answers to keep his mind fresh. "None of you have answered my question, though. Why can zombies break down doors easier than humans can if they are the same beings?" It probably has something to do with the fact that human body is capable of much more than we actually use it for, but those things would tear the body apart due to the strain on the muscles. Most zombie movies are unrealistic due to not showing the consequences of each of the actions on the body, not because of the incredible feats of strength that they have showed. The group that was talking fell silent, and Logan realized he had interrupted their conversation, and probably made a fool of himself. He looked up, trying to hide the bit of fear in his eyes. But thankfully one of the boys was smiling at him excitedly. "Yes, finally, a good nerd. Answer my questions, nerd," he said, jumping off the desk and skittering over to Logan. It was terrifying and fascinating. "What would happen if you turned a human inside out? Can you put a mole's worth of moles in one place? How long would someone's hair have to be for you to strangle them with it?" It was the last question that caught Logan off guard, and he looked down at his arm. "Did you ask that question yesterday?" "What?" "Did you say those words yesterday?" he asked, showing the boy his arm, and his smile brightened. "You are my soulmate! The new kid is my soulmate! Hi, new kid! I'm Remus!" "Salutations, Remus. My name is Logan. I've been answering your questions." He held out the notebook for Remus to look at. "I have all of the others at home." Remus's eyes lit up, and he began to look through everything. "This is mine," he said, wrapping his arms around Logan and pulling him to the seat next to him. Logan blushed lightly, but he couldn't help the smile that built upon his face. Thank you all for listening. Again, this was day 28 in our Soulmate September series, The Scribe. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.